Am I on? There I go. Oh, a little loud. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Oh, that light is right in my eyes. I can't see anything. That's all right. Welcome, everybody. Glad you're here on this beautiful Sunday. I'm Courtney Fuchs, and I have the honor of serving as Vice President of the Council. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to everyone who is a father or who has a father. So it's a great day to honor that presence, that divine presence in us. It's a divine calling for sure to be a father or a mother. All right, we're almost in place there. Do we have anybody here who is here for the first time or back from a long time? Ms. Arlene is here. Woohoo! Welcome from Arizona. This probably feels cool to you outside, being from Arizona. Well, welcome. If you are new, we have coffee and treats in the bookstore, and you're welcome to have it at your seat. So help yourself to coffee, tea. There's also water in the kitchen, so do that. We also like to welcome our online participants. We have a good crowd that watch us on our website. We have live streaming right on our website. We also do have the live streaming on Facebook and YouTube if you prefer those methods, so feel free to check us out there. Today's speaker is Dave Johnson, and he's going to talk about, yay, you have a fan club already. I love that. He's going to talk about the child within, and our reader is Barbara Weimer, and our musician is Elise Wonder. Okay, and I think Peter Parnak's back there too. Let's see, Sharon is going to be speaking next week, and she's going to talk about the soul's journey. And before I turn it over to all this lineup over here, I just want to give a shout out to anybody that likes real cream in their coffee. We have half and half pods now, so we're up in our coffee game. If there's anything else that we need to add, let us know. All right, I'm going to turn it over for a second, and then I'll finish up.
Well, I'm looking for Nancy, but she's not here yet. We had, to announce a little bit about this week. But I won't say any more. I'll just let you hang in. But I do want to announce Unity Park Gardeners. That's what we're calling ourselves. We did along the wall. We've already got plants, mulch, sprinkler system. So we are having a meeting tomorrow, 6:30 at Barbara and Jim Towles. If you are interested in being a Unity Park Gardener, please come. Thank you. I will be back up here. Okay.
Good morning. I'm Leanne, and I am here to announce and pass a clipboard for our almost annual Unity or yard sale. It's going to be on July 18th. This is one of our biggest fundraising opportunities for the year. It does take a bit of work and volunteer effort to get this pulled off, but in the past, we've made anywhere from $2,500 to $3,500 in one day. So it's a great way to do that. This sign-up sheet, there's only one, so when it gets to the back, please pass it across and send it up this side. I know, I'm breaking your brains, but I know you can do it. And it's pretty self-explanatory. It shows the shifts and kind of what we need help with. And then there's also, I started putting up some posters this morning to announce when you can bring items to donate. And it's essentially the week before the sale. And we'll have more details about all that. Thank you.
So what that means is start cleaning out your closets and basement.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy summer. Happy Father's Day.
Ooh, yeah, that's true.
So, we're here, B&B,
Yes.
to talk about next Friday and next Saturday is the Women's Together Circle. And just to stretch your brains, no, this isn't yoga. We have 2 clipboards.
That's all right. Two.
And they're going to be coming up. And we need people on Friday to help set up at 10:30. We need people on Saturday to come. And you may wonder, why do I have to sign for the food I'm bringing? Because B&B need to know that we're not all eating dessert.
That's all she'll bring.
Just saying. And then we also have cleanup. So 2 clipboards, ladies, 3 pages in order. And I will be talking about fear and how to overcome it. Oh my, we have sound effects.
Exactly. And I'll be talking about AI as we kind of integrate those two. I think it'll be really, really interesting conversations. So.
But AI makes me scared.
That's a point.
Perfect. That's why we're talking about fear first.
Exactly.
So we hope to see you all. Take care.
Good morning. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Cynthia. I do not have a clipboard, I'm happy to tell you. I am your prayer chaplain for today, and just wanted to remind you that after the service, I will be in the Myrtle Room for about 10 minutes if you would like to join me. It's right down this hall and to the right. Thank you.
Awesome. Also, it's time to sign up for Sunday volunteer spots. That would be the readers, greeters. What else is on there? Slides. So anyway, Julie's going to pass a clipboard. It is going to be one clipboard, so it does need to go both sides. I know, but when it's date specific, it has to be one clipboard. So I'm sure you guys can handle it. Just stay awake back there. The group that I facilitate is called the Hawkins Study Group, where we study Dr. David R. Hawkins' teachings. We watch DVDs and read from his books and discuss them a little bit. It's mostly a learning type group, but we will be meeting in the roomy room for the summer because it just gets too hot in that Myrtle room and even with the AC in there. So we'll just be in the roomy room. So if you're looking to join us, it's Tuesdays at 1:30, and it's definitely a drop-in kind of group. You don't have to commit to any kind of lengthy time. You can just come once, you can come all the time, you can come however often you want, but it'll be in the roomy room in the summer. The walking group is taking a pause. They'll resume meeting in July. The next Interfaith Chant will be Saturday, June 27th from 7 to 9. That's with Sarah Rain, and she meets in the roomy room. Let's see. Oh, Sandy Hetrick has donated a beautiful quilt. Sandy, you want to raise your hand? Thank you so much for the donation. And Doug Zelmer, where are you? There he is. That was a brief wave. He hung it in the friendship room, so definitely go by and see that and let Sandy know how much you appreciate her donation to us. I've heard it's gorgeous. I haven't seen it yet. In each pew, you'll see little cards. We had a listening session last fall, and we really love keeping the communication going. And so they're called We're Still Listening, or We're Always Listening. We're listening. And so if you ever have a comment, a suggestion, a critique, just please fill that out and drop it in the offering basket or give it to Julie. We'd love to hear your thoughts about what Sunday service is to you and how it can be better or how you love it. So just keep sharing your thoughts with us. And as you already know, the fabulous Arlene Brown is in town. Woo, 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 woo. And so she wanted to invite anybody that wants to join to meet at Avogadro's after the service for lunch. So you guys can all schmooze with her and see what she's been up to. Okay, I think that's all we need to announce today. So we'll take a deep breath, settle into our hearts, and say our unity prayer together. It's on the screen. Our unity centers us in light and peace, allowing us to recognize our God within and to radiate that love to the world.
Good morning, everybody. And a very happy Father's Day. So I have a very special song for you. I'm sure you will remember when I put my little picture of my nephew Maximus when he was like 3 days old on our slide, and I've been going over every Tuesday since he was born, and he's now 15 months, which is wild. And it's I remember Owen being just a little bitty baby too. And this song is a song that I wrote for little Maximus and all the babies of the world. Peter and I have been working on this in the studio too, so this song will be coming to you shortly on all streaming platforms. Okay. You, baby, do make me so very, very happy. You, baby, you do. I said I'm roaming up this road with you. I got you for forever. I, baby, do, baby, I do. I said you light up any dark day, making my heart go a pitter-patter, helping me feel so much better. You're a miracle just as you are, and honey, you are a gift from the stars. All weather, whatever weather, whether it's stormy or a beautiful morning. True, baby, it's true. But tonight, I'll give you 100 kisses, and it would still not be enough. I could give you 1,000 kisses, and oh Lord, it would not ever be enough. And even when I'm long gone, my love for you will be staying oh so strong. I love you, baby. I love you, I do. Yeah. You do, you do, you do. You, baby, do make me so very, very happy. You, baby, do, baby, you do. I said it just one more time. You, baby, do, baby, you do. Thank you. And now a reading from Barbara.
So I have a reading today to honor Dave and Owen. And it's from a little book called Doorways to the Soul. And my reading is called The Father, the Son, and the Donkey. And no, they didn't go into a bar. It is an adaptation of a Buddhist tale and an Aesop fable. So a farmer decided that his donkey was fat enough to go to market. He called to his son to get 2 poles and bring them to the corral. We will carry the donkey on the poles. That way she won't lose any weight on the long trip to the market. So they tied the donkey upside down, hoisted her on their shoulders, and began walking. The donkey, while she was upside down, was not thrilled. She began braying and hee-hawing and making quite a scene. As they traveled by a group of people, when the people began to laugh, "That donkey should be carrying you both. Why don't you get on her back and ride her?" When the farmer and his son heard this, they were embarrassed. The father said, I guess we must look rather strange carrying a donkey. We should put her down, but really she's too small for the both of us. So, my son, ride her, since you are smaller, and I'll walk in front and carry the packs. The son agreed, and they continued their walk. They got nearer to the river, and they came upon another group of people with great opinions. This time they called out to the son, Hey boy, what kind of son are you, riding in comfort while your poor old father must walk and carry the bags? You should be ashamed of yourself. You should ride, father, and I'll carry the bags, said the son. Soon they came upon a group of young women by the side of the road. Look at that handsome young man, walking like a servant while that old goat rides like a prince. You should ride, handsome boy. The old man should walk. The son turned to his father. Father, have we made a mistake again? He asked. Yes, son, replied the father. It seems we've made several mistakes today. We carried the donkey and people said it was wrong. Then you rode and people said it was wrong. Then I rode and people said it was wrong. Perhaps we should ride together. So they both got up on the donkey and continued their way. When they reached the marketplace, a crowd of people had gathered and they were staring at them. How could you be so cruel? They called out, This donkey is barely old enough to carry one of you. You should be carrying her. Shame, shame, the people cried out louder and louder. The father and son got off at once, but the crowd was so loud that it frightened the poor donkey, and she ran away never to be seen again. The father and son valued the opinions of others more than their own or each other. What would it mean for you each to honor your opinion above all others? The next week, notice when you are swayed by opinions of others and when you let your inner wisdom be your guide.
Dear love, surround me as I speak. The bridges that I walk across are weak, and my frustration fills the void that I can so be there. Dear love, don't let me fall apart. You've held me close to you, but I have turned away and searched for answers I can't understand. You say that I can move the mountain and sand me falling to the sea, and they say that I can walk on water if I would just know and receive with faith like a child. Sometimes when I feel miles away and my eyes can't see your face, well, I wonder if I've gone to lose
Testing. Thank you, Elise, Dave, Peter. I love jars of clay. Well, thank you for joining me on this auspicious day. It is Father's Day, as you know. It's also my birthday weekend. And it's summer solstice. Yeah, amazing. I feel like Bilbo Baggins when he gave his speech in the first Lord of the Rings. But happy Father's Day. I am a father. My son is Owen, the little blonde 2-year-old running around before and after service, or one of the little blonde 2-year-olds now. And I have a confession to make. Before I had a son, I thought I knew what emotions were. I was wrong. Having a 2-year-old, it is curious to me how something so small, so seemingly innocent and pure, can, in 2 minutes flat, completely unravel an adult minding his own business. Nobody lives more in the moment than a 2-year-old. The curiosity, the excitement, the wonder, the flood of nervous system dysregulation. But perhaps the most remarkable thing to me is their emotions. They are few, but they are big. And this emotional range from high to low can occur in a matter of minutes, seconds even. Let me give you an example. Owen loves to greet his mother, Mary, at the door when she gets home from work. I tell him, Mommy's almost home, and he says, Mommy, with glee. He runs across the house to the garage, opens the door, and if she's just getting out of the car, he runs up and says, Mommy, and gives her a big hug. And he gets to feel that special brand of comfort and safety from his mother, while Mary feels a range of affection, love, and not least of which, fulfillment in being a mother. However, if my timing is just a little off, and as he gets to that door, he finds that it opens without his hands touching the door, and his mother comes in. That glee we instantly spoke of turns to panic and distress. His nervous system is immediately flooded. The pitch of his voice now resembles a dog whistle or a velociraptor. A cacophony of noises come out of his mouth, including crying, the word no, and often telling me, Daddy, go away. He may accentuate this with stamping of the feet, hitting his palms on the floor, and even screaming if it calls for it, which it often does. And this can last seconds or minutes. But what I find so interesting about toddler emotions is they can be fierce, but they can be over so quickly. They can turn them off and on like a light switch. They let it go, and almost as suddenly as it began, Owen looks over to me and says, Daddy, let's go play. Let's go play. There's something strange about watching a child feel everything, because most of us stopped doing that a long time ago. Today, I want to talk about what children still know about emotions and what many of us, specifically speaking to us men on Father's Day, stereotypically men, learned to forget. There's a Bible verse I've always been drawn to, Matthew 18:3, where Jesus says, unless you become like these little children, you will not enter the kingdom of heaven. What does that mean? Growing up, I've always wondered, what could this possibly mean? What is it that children have that most adults don't? I used to think it was humility, but after watching my son, it's probably not it. Or does it mean teachable? Maybe. Dependent? Check. Maybe it's these things, but after watching him go through his emotions, there might be a little more to it. How does Owen do that? How does he feel everything so fully, fiercely, and then let it go? And when did I lose that ability? I've spent the last 3 or so years trying to answer that question. When did I lose that ability, and why? And what I found led me to something I did not expect, but definitely should have, my own childhood. Okay, so going back to Matthew 18, where he says, unless you become like these little children, Perhaps it means reclaiming that light switch of emotional presence that most of us men lost as adults. Let's think about Owen, my 2-year-old. He cries openly. He expresses anger and emotions instantly, but he recovers quickly, and he doesn't hide joy, excitement, or any emotion really. So what shall we do with our emotions? I want to show you something. Look at this oversized novelty scarf. Look at the colors on this scarf. Think about how they may represent the emotional spectrum of our lives. I can see a dash of green, and perhaps it reminds me of the mountain picnics where I'm enjoying the harmony of nature and life. Or when I look at yellow, that reminds me of the success I felt when I got that job that I wanted. Or I see some red specks, and that reminds me of the anger I felt last week when I got cut off in traffic. And there's lots of black, and that could remind me of the inadequacy I sometimes feel, or the deep-seated fear that what if I'm not okay just as I am? What should we do with this beautiful cornucopia of emotion as I have collected? Well, as a father and a man, I can give you a simple recipe to deal with these emotions, which are often uncomfortable for us to feel. For example, if you fold it in this analogy, you got to fold it a certain way, and you will find that it can fit very nicely in this jar or bottle. And now you can store all these emotions for an extended period of time. And when you want or need an emotion, you can shake it up, and then they all spill out at once. Now, that can get a little messy. We know this method. So I figured out a way to deal with them that is kind of the next level. What I do is I put this cap on here, and then I place them all the way over here. Well, you know what they say. If at first you don't succeed, hide the evidence. Now, just being real, now some of your childhood memories are attached to those emotions. And you might forget that the bottle exists, which you think is a good idea, but then you spend years in therapy trying to find that stupid bottle again. This is managing your emotions. Owen does not manage his emotions. He feels his emotions, and then he moves through them. What happened to men in my generation and older generations? We learned a few rules. Not necessarily spoken out loud or taught from our parents, just absorbed. There were 3 main messages I think a lot of us men picked up as children in our families, but not limited to men. Number 1, if you have needs, you are a burden. What does that sound like? These are messages like, be easy, be useful, be regulated, regulate others, attune to what others need, don't want too much. If a child had to take care of an emotional parent or physically absent parent, we learned our needs only made things that much harder for adults. It caused extreme self-reliance, nearly impossible to ask for help. That one hits. Number 2, if you feel something intensely, you're out of control. These are messages like, don't be too much, don't feel too intensely, don't be angry. Often from emotional shaming, if you're a boy, you might have heard something to the tune of, stop crying or I'll give you something to cry about. So rather than feel, many men intellectualize. We analyze everything in life instead of experiencing life as intended. Cold, logical, detached. Number 3, if you show a flaw, you'll be abandoned. In families with conditional love and or religious upbringing, If parents gave praise for achievements like high grades or sports, winning sports, the child learned that being average equals being invisible or rejected. And religious teachings often reinforce such things, such as if you're selfish or angry, well, you better hide your sins or you'll be judged. You could be labeled bad or shunned. What this did, it created perfectionism or a people pleaser. Is this hitting home for anyone else? Yeah. Well, that's what it meant to be a good boy. Do this, and in exchange, you get to belong. You get to be loved. You get to be safe. We became the good one to survive. And we believed it. Not because we are weak, because we were children when we learned it, and children believe everything. And the most remarkable thing, you didn't need to go through a severe pattern of abuse in your family for this. You can grow up in a great family with parents who love you, respect you, and care for you. Most men I know didn't have a father who said, it's okay to feel that. Tell me about what you're feeling. Fathers and grandfathers in our generation have their own fathers who are withdrawn or angry, absent, working, or just not there. I think my grandfather, I heard him say 3 sentences my entire life. Not because they were bad fathers, because their fathers were just like this. They never learned. It was the 80s or the 70s, or we can keep going back. It doesn't get better with decade. Now, I don't say this to make victims. I don't consider myself a victim. Just like us, our parents were doing the best they could with the tools they had at the time, whether that was through their own conditioning or otherwise. So men often became good at giving, terrible at receiving, great at fixing, afraid of feeling, and somewhere along the way, we lost that emotional switch I spoke of. But then I had a son, and I watched him feel everything. I realized I don't want to teach him to bottle. I want him to continue feeling. But how am I going to be able to teach a 2-year-old to move through his emotions? Well, let me tell you this. A year ago, I was outside, and we were walking along the sidewalk, and Owen is over here looking at some flowers and bending over and looking at the bugs on there. It was incredibly cute. It always is. He still does it. And I was watching him from a distance, and I thought, why is he doing that? Like, why is he walking like an old man with his hands behind the back, strolling along in a garden? And I'm over here, and looked down, and I was like, well, my hands are behind my back, and I'm walking like an old man. That's what I do. He's a child. He's going to learn by watching me. So if I want to teach him to feel as he grows, I have to learn it myself. Now, a lot of us men have spent our lives trying to be unburdening, in control, and flawless. But Owen shows us a different way. He can be a burden sometimes, I'll admit, and we love him for it. He can be out of control, and we hold him through it. He is considered flawed by some sociological norms, but we would never abandon him. So if we can give that grace to our children, why can we not give it to ourselves? There's 3 things that children are teaching us about emotion if we're willing to watch the children in our lives. Number 1, feel it now. A 2-year-old does not save his anger for a more convenient time. Yeah. He feels it. It's hot. It's loud. And then it's over. Number 2, let it go. He doesn't rehearse the injustice. He doesn't keep score. He turns that emotional switch and says, let's go play, Daddy. And then he runs over to play with his trains. Number 3, you will not die from a feeling. Every time he screams, he survives. Every time he cries, he breathes again. He teaches us feelings are visitors. They don't have to be permanent residents. There's a movie called Before I Wake. This is a horror. Now, I don't do horror movies. I got enough fear in my life, I think. But in this movie, it is about a child whose nightmares become real. And I often think about how this analogy compares to the child within us, and often about the traumas that come up from that. And in this movie, it's just a clip that I saw on YouTube, but there's a monster. This is the child's nightmare, and it's a monster. It looks like a mummy to me, and this mummy is thrashing out at this woman over here, who's presumably his mother. And this is at the end of the movie. So I think they've tried everything to get rid of this monster, as they would typically do in horrors. Like, ignore it. Nope, that didn't work. Fight it. No. But this mummy is lashing out at this woman, and then it comes back. And then it lashes out again. And this woman finally decides that the only way to stop the monster is not to fight the monster. And so she gets down, she kneels down, and opens her arms. And this monster comes up and is embraced by his mother's hug. And then he morphs into this small child. And the analogy is, I just feel like that this scared child is inside of us, inside of me. The one who learned to hide, he's not a monster to defeat. He's a child that needs to be seen and hugged and told, you're not bad, you were just trying to survive. Because we were taught to be strong, steady, and in control. But we were not always taught how to feel. This bottle, I'll take it out now. I don't want to hand my son this bottle. I don't want to teach him to stuff his green, red, yellow, and black inside a glass prison where he doesn't think it can hurt him. I want to show him something else. I want to show him that these colors belong in the open, that green and red can live together, that black is not actually shameful, it's just fear asking to be held, that a father who can cry in front of his son is not weak, he is free. We are not meant to be perfect. We are meant to be real and authentic. That kingdom of heaven, whatever it means to you, it does not belong to the men who seemingly got it right. It belongs to the people who, like children, are still willing to feel, to fall, to forgive themselves, to forgive others, and get back up again. So this Father's Day, let's not celebrate the fathers who had no cracks. Let's celebrate the ones who are still learning to feel and let that light through the cracks. Let us become like these little children, not because we are naive, but because we are finally brave enough to feel and let go. Let's go play, Daddy. Oh, thank you.
That was so beautiful, so good. Do you do that for a living? Because maybe you should think about it. No.
Listen to what you're
For this meditation, I don't have a meditation for you today. I have a prayer. It's a prayer that I rather like. It's a take on the Lord's Prayer. But for those who are meditators, if you could just close your eyes and meditate to the words. Take a deep breath, hold it, and exhale. Repeat. Infinite Creator, source of all that is, we come together as one heart, one mind, and one spirit, united in love and service. We open our hearts to your divine presence, recognizing the light of the Creator within each of us and all of creation. May this gathering be a space of harmony, wisdom, and truth. Guide us in our seeking, that we may grow in understanding, compassion, and humility. Help us to release all that no longer serves, so that we may align with the highest good for ourselves and for all beings. We offer our intentions as an act of devotion and service, trusting in the perfection of your infinite design. May the love we share here ripple outwards, bringing healing, peace, and unity to all. We give thanks for this moment, for the opportunity to learn, and for the light that shines within and around us. In the spirit of love and oneness, we dedicate this time to you, Adonai.
May the blessings of God rest upon me. May God's peace abide in me. May God's presence illuminate my heart now and forevermore. May the blessings of God rest upon you. May God's peace abide in you. May God's presence illuminate your heart now and forevermore. May the blessings of God rest upon us. May God's peace abide in us. May God's presence illuminate our hearts now and forevermore. Now and forevermore.
Yes, thank you, Dave. Thank you. Now you know why we engage so many of you, members of our community, to speak, because you have great insights. And I think the women in our group learned a little bit about us guys today, didn't we? And happy Father's Day to you. I believe that Owen is blessed with you as a dad. Very much so. Thank you. Hey, we're going to take our offering in a minute. But I wanted to warn you about something that's about to happen. In a few minutes, Nancy Hughes and the kids are going to be coming in. And what we're going to do is we're going to be celebrating. I'd like you to celebrate her and all of those that conducted a beautiful kids camp this week. So clap and hoot and send kisses, whatever you want to do. Go wild for Nancy. So I'm warning you about her imminent approach to this congregation and what you can do. You know, we are blessed with so many volunteers, so many. Just one example are the ones that conducted the kids' camp this week. We have about 30 kids, I believe. 32 kids, 33 counting Lisa. And you know, that blessing of volunteerism in our community is so wonderful. We have 80, 90 people involved in that. And it's another way that you support this community along with your tithes and offerings. So think about that if you're not involved in some way in one of our teams, if you can become engaged in that. And thank you for blessing this community with your tithes and offerings. So let's take our offering as the ushers come forward, and let's bless our offering with the words on the screen. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God.
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination. Will begin with a spin, traveling in a world of our creation. What we'll see will defy explanation. If you want a pure paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it. Wanna change the world? There's nothing to it. There is no life I know that compares to pure imagination. Living there, you'll be free if you truly wish to be. There is no life I know that compares to pure imagination. Living there, you'll be free if you truly wish to be.
Okay, this little light and the children and Nancy are going to come down this aisle.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. I said, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh yeah, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. I said, here on the corner.
at kids camp this week, come on up and join this group, okay? All right. Come on up. And this is Nancy Hughes, the director of our kids camp. So thank you, Nancy.
So welcome. Thank you, guys. This is wonderful. We had an amazing week at camp. We had 32 kids. One day we had 33. The last day, another person came. But it was just a fun week. But it worked, and it was absolutely amazing because of all these people. If we had not had a team of people like we had, it would have been disaster. But it came together. Every day was like pretty much like clockwork, actually. We went from one activity to another. They were happy. We had very few little spats, but it was fun when we did because we got to talk them out, and that was always kind of a cool thing to do. But Lisa, thank you so much, sweetie. I love you, and I appreciate you so very much, and everybody.
Well, I'm not going to turn down the chance to speak in a microphone. You know that. I also want to, where's Karen? Where'd she go? Karen, not rented, let us borrow her karaoke machine, speaker. So we were able to have an awesome, get yourself up here, an awesome talent show. And I don't know if anybody videotaped it, though. He said no. Anyway, Paul, what are you doing back there? Get up here. You're a volunteer. Okay, so then fine. We're just going to call you out. We called him Mr. Ancient. I did. And he took pictures every day, all day, and we were able to get 33 pictures on a certificate that we pulled together. So after the talent show, we gave out a certificate of participation for all the, Porter, come on up here, for all the kids. So and you sent pictures out a lot, right?
No, I didn't do that because I lost my phone.
Oh, that's right. She lost her phone. Hi, Porter. Right next to me would be great. Got it? Okay. All right. So actually, all these kids were except for Owen, but he will be, right? In a couple years, he will be. All these kids were at camp, and we had a great time. But special thanks to Paul. Oh my gosh. He worked so hard at getting people's pictures that he had no idea who they were. And, well, Bodie and Ronan, where are you guys? No, they're not with Mom. So now you know what we dealt with. Bodie and Ronan, will you come here a second? Thank you. And they listened. Do you see that? They did listen. So it really helped. They have blonde hair. They're 6 and 4. There was another set of boys that were 6 and 4 that had blonde hair and blue eyes. Oh my God! And a set of twins. Oh my goodness! Trying to tell them apart was identical twins. So they had a necklace on, and one was orangish beads, and one had some blue beads mixed in. That was the only way you could tell them apart, unless you could remember what clothing they were wearing, but they always took them off. So it was not easy. But yes, if we didn't have these guys helping us, holy moly, we would not be standing here. We would probably be home in bed. Because, yeah, it was a lot of kids, but having all these volunteers was so helpful. Very, very thankful for everything you guys did. We had a blast.
We thank the community for supporting us and doing this. We thank the council, everybody and said yes to us. It was wonderful to hear all the yeses. Oh, you want to do that? Yes, you can do that. It was great. We did extremely well. Our budget was based on 20 kids. We wound up having 32, as I said. So, and we stayed in budget. So it was all very, very good.
Yeah. So thank you for all your support. We had a great time, didn't we? All right. You're probably going to want me to stop talking, huh? All right, thank you.
Thank you. And I'll say one other thing. It didn't cost a penny for these kids to join us for summer camp. It's because of your generosity that 32 kids were here. So thank you. Thank you for the community. So with that, I believe our service is almost over. So let's go ahead and circle up as we close our service. Okay, the words are on the screen, our prayer protection, and then the peace song. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.